Here's Archie's Travels, Chapter 2, entitled Farmhouse. Archie was led out of the car and into a big old farmhouse. A bowl of water was prepared, and he lapped at it madly as he was so thirsty after his long journey. He looked around and took in his surroundings. The big ticking grandfather clock, the long wooden table, and the old-fashioned dirty cooker spreading warmth into the room. "Come with me," a harsh voice said, and Archie was led back outside. He could see horses in the fields and the sounds of cows being milked. He was then taken to a dilapidated building with a filthy mattress on the floor and cobwebs hanging from the ceiling. There was grass on the floor from a glass on the floor from a broken window, and he had to be careful where he walked. The last thing he wanted was a piece of glass in his paw. "Sit down," his master said, and he shut the creaking door and left him alone. Archie looked round and tears filled his poor eyes. He was so lonely and frightened, and he was also very hungry. He saw an apple on the floor in the corner, and he padded over and helped himself to it, even though it was brown and smelly. He was so hungry that he gobbled it up in no time. Archie was startled by a crow which had flown in through the broken window, but at least it was company, and it perched on the ledge and observed him with curiosity. The rain fell harder, and he was glad to be inside. It was dirty, but it was warm. Archie sat on the mattress and daydreamed, and he wondered what was in store for him, but at least he had a roof above his head, and it was better than the last place. And he looked down at his paw, and it was still swollen, and it still hurt from the beating that he'd received, but he was getting better. And before he could really settle, the door was flung open, and in walked his so-called master.